Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Path, where we're continuing on in the Inherited Turnabout End Part 3. We might be able to finish this off at last in this episode.
I have never told this to anyone. Well done. As you say, I developed a taste disorder 18 years ago.
Taste disorder?
It was a severe disorder. I was unable to discern any flavor at all.
That sucks. That would be like really miserable existence, honestly. Because at times whenever I have like a severe cold or infection and where you lose your sense of taste, that's awful. But this, oof.
It's the one illness a pastry chef dreads above all.
Those symptoms sound a bit different from Mr. Master's taste disorder. I think Mr. Master, was it salt? Like he wasn't able to taste salt?
Mr. Master's condition is known as hypogeusia. It simply causes a decreased sensitivity to certain specific flavors. I'm sure it has caused Sir Master much pain too. After all, no medication was available to cure it 18 years ago. In order to cure your taste disorder, you would need Mr. Master's angel recipe. And that's why you entered the contest, am I correct? That was one of my goals, but I still had my sights set on the title of World's Greatest. When it comes to making desserts, I won't lose to anyone. Even without the ability to taste, I still have the utmost confidence in my flavors. Oh? So I presume you also prepared your dessert in the finals with the intent to win? That goes without saying. According to what Mr. Shields told us earlier, the evaluation of Mr. Gustavia's entry was... up until the semi-finals, Mr. Gustavia's flavors and design were to my liking. Unfortunately, both the taste and appearance of his finals entry left much to be desired.
Uh-oh.
It seemed...
wrong voice. It seems the dessert you made for the finals was not rated highly in regards to flavor. Mr. Gustavia, you will tell us about how you made your dessert during the finals.
Very well. It seems I must teach you upstarts a lesson.
Dessert for the finals.
Sordova and I cooperated until the finals. I handled the flavor, he was in charge of the design. However, for the finals I wanted to challenge Sir Master with my own skills. I helped Sordova make his entry, but I made mine completely on my own. If the flavor of my entry wasn't good enough, my own lack of training was to blame. How about that, Sir Prosecutor? This is the truth of 18 years ago.
Yeah, I can't find any contradictions in his testimony. Well, of course he isn't going to fess up that easily. This guy's been on the run for 18 years after all. Guess we'll just have to keep on pressing him until he breaks, huh? Yes. It's time to press. So, Mr. Dover took care of the design while you handled the flavor.
Sir Dover was a sculptor by trade. His sense of design was splendid. But he was just an amateur chef. We combined our strengths by working together.
You never did have much design sense, did you, Mr. Gustavia? Oh, have you improved? Oh, that looks pretty good. Much better than before.
What do you think of this?
That's the symbol of Zengfa.
Wow, a phoenix!
A phoenix, you say? Looks at Edgeworth. Edgeworth starts to sweat, and he's like, oh no, he's good to be summoned here, my lover.
That is really good!
Whoa, you really have improved these past 18 years.
Behold the fruits of my 18 years of training. I put my life and limb on the line for my dessert skills. It's true that I cooperated with Sir Dover 18 years ago up until the finals.
Okay, you wanted to challenge him.
So you were really serious about the title of world's greatest pastry chef? Yes. Confectionery is my life. Naturally, I wanted to be the world's greatest. But back then I was still inexperienced, and I was no match for the better chef.
But your goal was also to obtain the angel's recipe, right? Wouldn't the recipe book be worth more to you than the title? Oh, she just had to butt in, huh? Darn it, Courtney.
I will not stand by and watch you badger a convalescent man like this.
Convalescent? I've heard that word before. I'm not gonna look it up. One of y'all look it up and tell me later. I don't know, I'm being lazy.
My gavel shall protect you, Mr. Gustavia.
I realize he's still recuperating, but...
Mr. Gustavia, do not yield to this devilish prosecutor.
Wow! Devilish, you say? That's very unprofessional of you, Courtney.
Now then, please continue with your testimony.
That's some bull.
I helped Sir Dover make his entry, but I made mine complete.
That's the one I'm like,
So you helped Mr. Dover with his dessert, but made yours all by yourself. No matter how you look at it, this seems odd. Why didn't Mr. Dover assist you? It matters not how it seems, it's the truth. I do not know what Sir Dover was thinking.
It's hard to prove if someone is lying about something that happened 18 years ago. Hey Kay, does your secret weapon also work as a lie detector? Nah, that won't happen until the Apollo Justice game. That we get our own living lie detector.
If it did, I have already stolen Mr. Edgeworth's spotlight.
There's no need for that. I will expose this man's lies myself.
Dame Gustavia, please continue with your testimony.
Up until the finals, I heard that you received high praise for the flavor of your desserts. Was there some sort of accident during the finals? Nothing of the sort. I simply was unable to taste my work due to my taste disorder. My intuition must have been off, that's all. Then was your intuition fine while making Mr. Dover's entry? How could there be such a huge difference between the finals and the previous day?
Yeah, we're not getting anywhere at this rate.
Should I change the topic?
Okay. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, because his response made me think maybe we shouldn't change the topic? Ask about Mr. Dover? I don't know.
You knew Mr. Dover before you entered the contest, right?
How many times do I have to tell you we were lovers? Yes, I knew him very well. Intimately well.
Okay, this is new. Here we go.
Sir Dover's son and my own attended the same elementary school.
Okay.
Then it wasn't a coincidence that you both participated in the contest.
I heard about the contest, so I made a suggestion to Sir Dover. He always wanted money for his sculpting business.
If I recall, Mr. Dover was a greedy man who was always after more money.
Ooh, so the angel's recipe is really worth that much?
Okay, the recipe book was certainly valuable 18 years ago. But nowadays, most of the medicines it contains are available commercially.
Aw, that's a shame.
In the end, it seems that each of the contestants had the angel's recipe as their goal. All those unanswered questions 18 years ago. I should already have the keys I need to unravel them. I must recall all the information that Mr. Shields and my father gathered.
About your sons? That's all that came out of there. Where? I see sketch. Here, we need this, right? I don't know. I'm like really stuck. Let's elementary school. Maybe we have to repress this one. Hold on. I guess ask about the semifinals?
So you're sure there wasn't anything different between the semi-finals and the finals?
Yes, that's right. Aside from not cooperating with Sir Dover, the finals weren't much different from the semi-finals.
Wait. That's it. Okay. It's the fact that his son did not come. There we go.
There was another difference between the semi-finals and finals. This photo depicts your son. We know he came to visit you up until the semi-finals.
That is correct. What does that have to do with anything?
Your son, who always came to see you up until the semi-finals, was not present for the finals. And then it was only in the finals that your flavor judged poorly. I don't believe this to be a mere coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Your son's visits must have been very important to you, were they not?
Yeah. A father can work miracles when his son is watching. With my son cheering me on, I was able to make the most delicious desserts.
Mr. Gustavio sure sounds like a good father, doesn't he?
If what he's saying is the whole truth, one could say so. But just hearing his son's cheers wouldn't be enough to change the taste of his desserts. A confectioner, confident in his sense of taste, develops a taste disorder. It would have been difficult for him to maintain the taste of his desserts. Your son came to cheer you on. Was that really all he did?
You seem very doubtful, Sir Prosecutor. In that case, I'll turn this around and ask you. What else could my elementary school son have done besides cheer me on?
He stole desserts from others. He made your desserts for you. No, he tasted your desserts. You lied about him having that disorder.
I'm sure your elementary school son would have remembered the taste of your desserts.
Of course, my son always loved my desserts.
In that case, he would have been able to taste test your desserts in your place.
Yeah. What did you say?
Earlier, you told us that you have a taste disorder.
Yeah? Never told anyone. Okay.
No one else knew about your taste disorder. If Mr. Dover had found out, he would have ended your partnership. After all, you were in charge of the flavor.
Uh-huh. Damn.
Your son didn't just cheer you on. He also helped you determine if your desserts tasted correct.
No.
Ah, I see. Mr. Dover's dessert was made the day before, so it still tasted good.
Uh-oh.
What you are saying is quite amusing, Sir Prosecutor. You say that my elementary school son assisted me as a taste tester. You are insulting my pride.
Your pride?
It's true. I had no sense of design 18 years ago. However, I won't lose to anyone when it comes to flavor. You claim I would cast aside my pride and rely on my son. Don't get carried away with your foolish conjecture, you upstart.
Ugh! In that case, I'm sure your son can confirm if my theory is mere conjecture.
Unfortunately for you, I no longer have a son.
That's not something to still be laughing about, bro. I thought you'd be upset about that.
What?
After my taste disorder was cured, I went to train in Zhengfa immediately. During that time, I severed all ties with my son.
What an a-hole. He's such an a-hole.
What? Don't tell me. You would even abandon your own son.
For pastry? Bruh.
That's not all. Even today, the whereabouts of his son are still unknown. The police have been searching, but they haven't been able to find any traces of him.
That's not good.
You wish to confirm your theory. I welcome you to try. Desserts are the only things that are important to me.
Y'all, this man has a screw loose. That's why even Von Karma from the grave would be like, bruh. he'd be like, I thought a gay man wouldn't do nothing to his gay lover, but if you could abandon your own son, man, you cold. You ice cold. Then again, I don't know. Because the way he treated... I don't know how... It's hard because we didn't get to really see him interact with Franziska much. So I can't say for sure if he loved her, if he would ever abandon her, you know? Because he treated Miles like garbage, but that's not like that was his son, you know? And he had this hatred towards Edgeworth's dad, so... I don't know. It's a mystery there.
After regaining my sense of taste, my son no longer mattered.
What an a-hole.
Order in the court. Mr. Gustavia's actions are certainly inhumane. However, we are not here to judge whether or not he is a good father. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I believe this is your loss.
After all, there is no evidence left from 18 years ago that could prove your theories.
Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing we can do? At this rate, we'll never find out the truth.
Detective Gumshoe, where are those results?
We need you, Gummy. Wonder whose blood it could have been. Ask for Red Six. Okay, that's what we're waiting for.
I entrusted Detective Gumshoe with the last piece of evidence. If only I knew who that blood belonged to.
Miles, there's still one thing that's bothering Uncle Ray. Was Mr. Gustavia's only reason for coming to the art gallery to check on the body?
If he only wanted to confirm the body's presence, he wouldn't have needed to open the case.
That's right. Is there a way we can prove this?
There is one way. We just need that evidence from Detective Gumshoe. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what are you talking about?
Yay, there he is, just in time!
The MVP!
Mr. Edgeworth, sorry to keep you waiting, sir.
Just the person I was talking about. His ears must have been ringing. Detective Gumshoe, I trust you have the test results.
I love how Larry's just in the background like, loo, I have nothing to do with this anymore.
Of course, sir. I just got the report back from the lab.
Detective, please be silent. So, this is the evidence that Prosecutor Edgeworth was talking about.
Huh? Hey, what's this? This is the first I've heard of it.
This was a request from me. I asked him to investigate a certain piece of evidence.
Why? Why is everyone always helping you out? I'm the one in charge of the crime scene.
Mr. DeBest, I apologize for taking matters into my own hands, but how about we hear his report first?
Sure.
Detective Gumshoe, what were the results?
Here's the report, sir. The traces of blood found in the Gemini sculpture belong to the victim of the poison gas, Dane Gustavia.
What are you saying?
Good work, Detective Gumshoe. As I thought, my theory was correct.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
We too would like an explanation. What on earth does this blood prove?
I mean, he got subjected to poison gas, so he cannot say that his blood got in there from right now. Because he didn't get cut or anything, so... Bruh, checkmate, we got you.
This blood is something the culprit of the IS-7 incident tried to conceal.
It can't be. That's...
This blood was found inside the glass case of the Gemini sculpture.
In other words, your blood was found alongside Mr. Dover's body.
No!
Why would Mr. Gustavia's blood be in a place like that? If you intend to remain silent, then I'll reveal the truth myself. In the Gemini case, aside from the blood, we also found traces of salt and sugar. Salt and blood. And only one of Mr. Dover's sherbet desserts tasted salty. Come to think of it, I remember Miss Delicious saying the same thing 18 years ago.
Oh yes, the sherbet was most delicious. And there was one piece that was so salty I couldn't eat it.
Sorry, that's not even her correct voice, but whatever. It was a piece of the lyre. The lyre from the Gemini constellation, yes. Exactly. For some reason, salt had been mixed into the lyre. No other traces of salt were found in Dover's room. And do you know that salt is in our blood? We literally are made of salt. We're salty people. In that case, please explain. Where did the salt detected in the lyre come from? No, it's the other one. The murder weapon! This is the rock salt lamp used as the murder weapon in the IS-7 incident. I believe part of this rock salt lamp was mixed in with the sherbet from the lyre. Rock salt and blood and blech. That would be nasty tasting, alright. At the time of the murder, there were 2 rock salt lamps in Mr. Master's room. One of those lamps took Mr. Dover's life. We know that Mr. Dover's blood was left behind on the murderous lamp. However, there were no traces of anyone's blood found at the crime scene, Mr. Master's room. Because the killer disposed all of the desserts with traces of blood into the streams of water, right? No other traces of salt were found in Mr. Dover's room. Speaking of which, weren't the 2 rock salt lamps found in Miss Delicious's room also broken? Looks like both the lamps and the pillows are broken. Both of the light bulbs are broken. Maybe they were dropped on the floor. We never did figure out why the other rock salt lamp was broken. Maybe Mr. Gustavia's blood was on the other lamp. Aha! They were fighting with the lamps. Like a lightsaber battle. Really awkward. If your blood was found on the lamps at the crime scene, you would have been suspected. As the culprit, you would have needed to conceal all traces of your blood from the police. Don't tell me he concealed it in the sherbet lyre. Exactly. The rock salt lamp and his blood were mixed into the sherbet lyre and hidden inside the glass case. Poor Delicia had to eat that. That's nasty. Well, she didn't have to. She chose to. Unlike the fountain's water, the sherbet desserts would not be analyzed right away. Perhaps he had planned to dispose of the sherbet when the opportunity presented itself. Then, the reason Mr. Gustavia came to this gallery. 18 years ago, the body and the evidence pointing to the killer were both stolen. Even the killer could not have anticipated that. So, the one thing that she did bad actually ended up helping in a way, you know? And that was that Kate stole, you know, the sculptures and all of that. Which ended up helping in that he didn't get to do what he wanted to do. To cover up his crime. Only problem was that she kind of delayed the process of them catching him, you know?
There was no way of knowing when the body and the evidence would be discovered. So he planned to destroy the evidence before the Zodiac Art Gallery's grand opening. Dame Gustavia, isn't it about time you confessed? You are the true culprit of the IS-7 incident.
Monsieur Gustavia, you're the reason Monsieur Master is.
Uh-oh. Mr. Gustavia.
Could it be, after all this time, my crime is finally brought to light? The prosecutors and defense attorneys 18 years ago never even came close. Bravo, bravo, well done, Sir Prosecutor.
So you admit that you killed Mr. Dover, your lover?
Yeah, it is true. I killed Isaac Dover. But he had only himself to blame.
What do you mean?
Dover and I worked together in order to win the contest. No matter who won, we agreed that we'd share the angel's recipe. But on the day of the finals, he stabbed me in the back. So Dover, this isn't what we agreed to.
I'm sorry, Gustavia. The deal is off.
But I made your desserts for you. I'm the reason you got this far. I thought we were in love. We have a family, 2 boys.
And what of it? Can you prove that you assisted me in any way?
Dover, you were planning to betray me all along. I bet you cheated too, you jerk. Because of Dover's treachery, I was forced to make my finals entry on my own. It's just as Sir Prosecutor said. My son assisted me every day until the finals.
What about your pride as a confectionery artist?
A proud chef loses the ability to taste his own creations. That's a feeling an upstart like you would never understand. Mastering the art of dessert making is my reason for being. It is my one and only pride.
Wow.
Committing murder for the sake of pride, that's another feeling I will never understand. To say nothing of abandoning your own son, such a thought disgusts me.
Before you judge me, first understand what happened 18 years ago. On the day of the finals, my son never came to assist me.
Wouldn't you worry that something happened to him? What the hell?
Thinking back on it now, I suppose Dover had a hand in that as well.
Huh? What exactly happened to your son? Did he freaking kill your son? Like, what the heck? Because they never found him all these years.
I do not know, but it no longer matters. Ever since that day, my son meant nothing to me.
Wow, this man is a monster. Ooh, he's up there. In our Ace Attorney bad guys list, he's definitely towards the top. He's real bad. Him and Von Karma. And maybe, well, I'm not gonna get into it, but there's a few others. Man on guard.
From what I hear, he's still missing.
That's awful. Giving up on him like that.
Without your son, you had no chance of winning, correct?
Yes. And since I was guaranteed to lose, I needed a failsafe. During the afternoon tea time, I made my way to Sir Master's room. I just needed to take a photo of the cure to my taste disorder. It would have all worked out. If only Dover hadn't interfered.
Ah. So he actually wouldn't have killed him if he hadn't caught him right there. Oh. Looks weird to see them like that, because we always see Dover dead.
Oh, Gustavia. Trying to steal a picture of my prize, are you? That hardly seems sporting.
You!
Cure for taste disorders. Oh, you have a taste disorder, don't you? Ah, this is rich. A pastry chef who can't taste.
Dover! You!
Gah!
No.
Ugh!
Puny worm. You are in no position to oppose me.
Why you?
I probably gave him a different voice when he was younger, but whatever, I don't care.
When I attempted to hit Dover, he struck me and sent me flying. I crashed into one of the rock salt lamps, and that was when my blood stained on it.
Is that what's on your arm? Is that, the scar from that? So Mr. Dover wasn't the first one to be injured. Technically you could say it was self-defense then. But like, bruh.
To conceal my blood, I shaved away part of the rock salt lamp and mixed it into the sherbet. After that, it became a part of the lyre sculpture.
So, that's how you try to erase your traces from the crime scene.
Dover tried to blackmail me by using his knowledge of my taste disorder. If I didn't want it to become public, I was to pay him a large sum.
So that's the reason why you killed Isaac Dover.
Exactly. What reason do I have to let those who obstruct me live? He was the one who drew first blood. I simply gave him his just desserts.
Ah, the pun. Just desserts, yeah.
So that was his motive.
I carried the rock salt lamp that bore my blood into Dover's room. Then I came up with a hiding place where it would not be easily found.
I get it. My room contained plenty of tools for sculpting sherbet.
Your deduction is spot on, Sir Attorney. It was the ideal place to shave away the rock salt. I then proceeded to coat the surface of the sherbet lyre with vast amounts of the salty mixture.
But why? Why did you try to pin the crime on Monsieur Master?
You are wrong to blame me for that, Lady Catherine. If not for your unnecessary meddling, Sir Master would never have been a suspect.
And that's the sad part. Oof. This hurts.
Why do you think I hid the murder weapon and fluorescent cloth in Lady Delicia's room?
Yeah.
There is only one reason why you'd place a murder weapon in someone else's room. You wanted to pin the crime on Delicia.
Me?
Yes, that is correct.
Gusty, why me?
As one who sought to be the world's greatest confectioner, I greatly respected Sir Master. It was never my intention to cast suspicion on him. But an insolent woman who dared to sully the contest with fake desserts. I had no problem letting someone like you take the blame for the crime.
That makes me sad.
If you hadn't snacked on other people's desserts, the body would never have been found.
That's true.
It was when Sir Master would be judging Lady Delicia's room. That's when I finally saw an opportunity to freeze the body, but before I could move the body, Lady Catherine had already discovered it.
Why did you need to freeze Monsieur Dover's body?
Why, indeed.
Monsieur Edward, please tell us. Why would Monsieur Gustavia need to freeze the body?
To throw off the time of death is why they usually would do it. Oops. Actually, you know what? I'll leave this episode here. I thought I was going to finish it today, but it's going on a lot longer than I thought it would. So I might as well leave it here. Yeah, we'll definitely finish up in the next one. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye.